Hello, everybody! Welcome back to another episode of Playing with Palettes. I am Lemons, not Limes, and it's a pleasure to be your host today. So, what we're gonna do, I got some of the oldest palettes here on this website, right? 4 years ago is when a lot of these were made, 4 years ago. And we are going to go through the first 21 of them and pick something out from there, and we are gonna go to palette number 12. So 3, 6, 9, and then 12. This is a weird one. Okay, I can dig. I'll figure something out. I always do, right? It usually works out somewhat in the end, right? Anyways, okay, let's get to building. So today I want to talk to you about something that can really change the way you build in Minecraft. And listen, I know I say that just about every freaking episode, right? This is gonna change the way you build in Minecraft. Anyways, but it's more gonna change the way you think about building, alright? And that is the idea of thinking outside of the box. We've all heard the phrase, think outside the box. And it's important for any of us, to really nail down what does that mean to you, thinking outside the box. For me, that means changing your perspective. That means maybe spending some time not going with your first idea and trying to come up with other things, right? So look at this palette that I have right here. When you see it, what does your mind go to? I bet it went pretty much to the same place my mind went. I'll give you some time, think about it. Right? A barn. That was the first thing that popped in my head. When I saw this palette, my immediate thought was, oh, this would be great for a barn. And I'm sure it would have looked great for a barn. It has those great, just red barn vibes, just a classic barn, right? And it would have looked awesome. It would have looked great. I'm sure I'm just amazing like that. I'm sure it just would have made it awesome, right? But if we always stick to the first idea that pops into our head, we miss out on a chance to be creative and a chance to push ourselves out of the comfort zone, right? So the question is, what if instead of choosing the obvious, we challenge ourselves to push the palette into something unexpected, to push our build into something unexpected? And that is what I wanted to try today. I wanted to be able to sit down and be able to come up with something that wasn't stuck on my mind. And I will tell you, when I was trying to think of this build, it took me a while, because I would just sit there and my brain would go, barn. What else are you gonna make with it? And I'm like, dude, I have no idea, right? I was looking at Google. I was trying to look at different builds that use some of these palettes. Like, what do people build in Minecraft with red concrete? Barns. There's a lot of barns out there. I'm sure there's more. But that's what I was thinking. And so when I sat down and I said, okay, and the idea came to me of like a circus tent, like the red, white circus tent. I was like, well, that's kind of weird, but let's do it because it's just something different, right? And at first glance, looking at these blocks, that is something you might not think these blocks were for. But here's the thing, my guys. Here it is. Minecraft is full of blocks that don't always scream pretty, or here's that, or whatever. But when you mix them in unexpected ways, you can really surprise yourself. Thinking outside the box doesn't just make your builds look more creative, it also makes building a lot more fun. Because you're pushing yourself, you're letting your creative juices go. Let me tell you, making a circus tent, trying to figure out fabric in Minecraft, dude, I did not do it right. This was kind of one of a first chance experience for me. And I really enjoyed it, kind of thinking like, okay, like how would they curve between posts and things like that? How would the colors blend together? Where would the fabric fall? Does it look great? Definitely not. Like, but for me, I'm like, okay, like this is a starting point, and this is something that I have never done before, trying to do a fabric tent in Minecraft. And now I have a starting point and I have a way that I can build off of and work towards something better, all because I decided to think outside the box and not go with that first idea. And honestly, that might be the same for you. Your first experiment might look a little weird. It might be a little weird, but that's okay, my guys. That's totally okay. Every weird idea, it teaches you something new about how these blocks work together, how you work with these blocks, and how it all comes together and how you can improve, right? This circus tent thing, it definitely wasn't the first idea that came to my mind. In fact, it was like the second idea because all I could think about was the freaking barn. But that's the whole point of thinking outside the box. You get results that feel different and exciting and fresh, and you get to get your little neurons activating and doing different things and building your brain, and you train your brain to see Minecraft blocks in a different way, and you can start experimenting with this game a little bit more, and blah, 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 right? It opens up all these different things for you to try in Minecraft. Minecraft is a game that you can easily become bored with when you're sitting and you're doing the same thing over and over again. And this is a way that you can expand your mind and make the game new and exciting again. Thinking outside the box. Try it, my guys. Try it. And it's weird and it's hard, but when that first idea comes to your mind, try something else. And it's gonna make things just so much more exciting. Yeah, that's all I got. The end.